All right. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are live on Facebook and Instagram. I am so glad to have everybody with me that is tuning in live. If you are catching this on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for me. Trying to get this little Instagram camera set up right. Excuse me. All right. We are back. We are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those who have been rocking with me for a little while, I appreciate you tuning in. Hey, the Rigsby Law Firm. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. If you are catching this on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for me. I'm so glad to be back with you all this week. So, those who have been following me for a little while, you know that we do the Raggedy Business Report every Tuesday. It used to be Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central. Moved it a few weeks ago to Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Central since I gave corporate day job back and I'm full-time entrepreneurship now. So I don't have to wait until the end of the day to get on live and talk to my people. Thank you so much, lady. Thank you. Hey, Janae, thank you for tuning in. So we switched it a few weeks ago to 2 p.m. Central Time. Hey Tabitha, y'all know I love my hats now. Don't be hyping me up yet. We ain't even got into the Raggedy Business Report. So anyway, a couple of weeks ago, switched it to 2 p.m. Central. And last week had to take a break because for those who do not know, I am based in Texas. And if you've been following the news, we had a winter storm, unlike winter storms for Texas. It was very historic, power outages, water shortages, everything. We're still getting back on track here in the state. And I was without power for a number of days. And so I had to just say we need to take a pause for the cause and let the city and the state get back on track. So I'm very blessed. I did not have any busted pipes in my home. Really had no damage at all. So God kept me and watch over my home. And, I'm grateful for his favor. And so we had to take a pause last week and not do the Raggedy Business Report. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Shauna. So I had to take a pause, but we are back. We are back with another Raggedy Business Report. Super excited for this one. So for those who do not know what the Raggedy Business Report is, every week I come before you, my people, and give you a little bit of tea on some raggedy business practices that I have encountered while doing business with other companies. And I have shared a couple of raggedy business experiences from people who have submitted those. And so if you would like to submit some of your raggedy experiences for me to talk about on the Raggedy Business Report, send me a DM when we can talk about how to do that. But most of all, or most often, they are my experiences while doing business with businesses and companies. And so I tell you about what happened, the raggediness of the experience, and I also give you some tea, or not some tea. Excuse me, I had to turn my fan on, y'all. I also give you some lessons that you can take away from the Raggedy Business Report, because the Raggedy Business Report isn't necessarily to say that businesses as a whole are raggedy, but it is to say that if you have raggedy business practices in your business and you leave them unchecked, it can turn your business as a whole raggedy, and we don't want that to happen. So I give you the story, talk about what happened, and then give you some things as business owners that you can take away and implement in your businesses to keep your business from doing raggedy business and becoming a raggedy business. So that is what we do every Tuesdays. For those who are new to me or unfamiliar with me, my name is Candice, also known as the Client Curator, and that is because I help entrepreneurs and 6 and 7 figure CEOs scale their companies in a sustainable way by implementing data-driven strategies to improve their client experience and to increase the amount of revenue that they're earning from their existing client base, because that is where your bread and butter is. That's where the sustainability of business is. It's in the clients that you already have. It's in the clients that you already serve. And so if you are not maximizing the revenue that you get from the clients that you already serve, you're leaving money on the table, and they're spending it probably with your competitors or somewhere else. And so I help CEOs to develop data-driven strategies to earn all the money from their existing clients to make sure that they're delivering an exceptional experience to their existing clients. And so that is what I do. So, okay, it looks like we are here, and I encourage you to tag a friend, share the video out. Again, if you're watching on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for you. I'm so grateful for any time that anyone chooses to spend with me, because time is something that can't none of us get back, right? So I'm appreciative that you're here. So with all of that being said, I'm going to start with the report. So this is another personal experience. So those who tuned in a couple of weeks ago heard me talking about a situation that I ran into when my house was being built. And we talked about that. And this is another experience that I ran into while my house was being built. But this is not an experience that I had with the builders. This is an experience that I had with the lender. So I'll get to your question, Ashley. Yes, I'll get to your question. DM me, send me a DM. So this is an experience that I had with the lender. So during the home buying process, this was a first time experience for me, first time home buyer, very new to the process and doing everything that I'm asked to do, sending in all the documentation where I'm asked to send it, and just doing all the things, right? And those who know me know that I'm a very on top of it individual. Like, if you ask me for something, you're going to get it, and you're not going to get it a week later. You're going to get it almost immediately, right? That's just the type of person that I am. So during the process, had to find homeowners insurance for after I closed and all of that, right? So shopped around for some homeowners insurance policies, found one that I liked and that, you know, would allow me the coverages that I wanted and needed and the rate that I wanted and all of that. And so I went ahead and got that policy, set it to activate on the date of my closing, and I thought I was good, right? All throughout the process, the loan processor, who was really collecting all of the documentation for my purchase of my home, she was asking me for various things at various times. And again, she was getting them almost immediately, like same day, probably within 20-30 minutes. Like, I'm sending over everything, right? She never, however, asked me for my homeowner's insurance documents. Now, again, because this was a new process for me, I didn't know when I needed to give that and who I needed to give it to. I didn't know if I just needed to show up at closing with it or what. I didn't know. So she never asked me. So I'm like, okay, well, I have it here when I need to send it to someone. So then one day I received some mail from an insurance company. Never heard of the insurance company because it was a local-ish kind of company, so I'd never heard of them or anything. Received some mail from them, and I opened the mail, and it was a homeowner's insurance policy in my name for my home that I was purchasing. Now, hear me clearly. It was a policy, not a quote. It was a policy that had been opened on my behalf in my name without my knowledge. Just rest with that for a minute, right? A policy. Someone opened, made coverage selections for me and enacted an insurance policy in my name for my property without ever having had a conversation with me. I had no knowledge of this whatsoever. So I called the loan processor and I'm like, or I called my lender, my loan officer, and I said, what is this? Why did I just receive these documents? What is this? I don't know anything about this policy. I've never heard of this company. I've never spoken to anyone from this company. I don't know what this is. So she ends up finding out that the loan processor took it upon herself when she didn't receive homeowners insurance documents from me, which she never asked for one, but when she did not receive those documents from me, she took it upon herself to select a homeowner's insurance policy for me and make it active on my behalf. First of all, you didn't have no power of attorney to do that on my behalf. That's problem number one. Problem number two is if you needed something from me that you didn't have, all the millions of other times that you've asked me for things throughout this process and I've sent them right away, why would you not ask me for this? Right? So, Raggedy, right? So then I call the insurance company to complain, for one, obviously, and to cancel the policy. So then they want to, oh, well, do you want to talk about the policy and what's included? Do you want to talk about the coverages? I said, no, I don't want to talk about anything other than you need to cancel this policy. And I'm reporting you to the state insurance agency. Because the time for a conversation was before you activated a policy in my name without ever having had any conversation with me. So it's too late to talk about the policy now. That we're past that. You should have called me and reached out to me to talk about a policy before you opened a policy in my name without ever speaking with me. So no, I'm good on conversation. We don't have nothing to talk about. You just need to cancel the policy. Period. So I got that rectified. That policy got canceled. The policy that I selected for myself and for my home, that's what I ended up going with. And that loan processor ended up getting in trouble, rightfully so, with her company. So that is the Raggedy Business Report of today. Now, I'm the type that I don't stop with you. I will take things as high as I can if I feel like I need to. So as I said, I reported both the lending company and the insurance company to the state because that's illegal. Like how you gonna, so that's the Raggedy Business Report of today. So as I said, I always leave the names of businesses anonymous so that you don't know who I'm talking about because it really is irrelevant. But that's the report for today. So as I do always is give you some lessons that you can take away and implement in your business to make sure that you're not doing things like this. Like this is pretty egregious. Like this is pretty bad. This is borderline illegal, if not illegal. So hopefully you're not doing anything like that. But the first lesson is when you are working with your clients and your customers and you're doing projects for them and there are things that you need from them in order to meet your deliverables and all of the things, ask them for what you need so that you can complete the job. And if you don't get what you need from them the first time, ask again. If you don't get it the second time, then you just let them know that until you receive whatever it is that you're awaiting for from them, that the project is going to be on hold. You don't just take it upon yourself to fill in whatever gaps you have. You don't take it upon yourself to engage in contracts or do business on behalf of your client just so that you can do whatever it is you're trying to do. Ask them. And if they don't get it, then your work stops. And it stops for however long is necessary for you to get what you need from them to complete your job, for you to do what it is they hired you to do, right? We can't just go making up stuff and doing things for other people that we weren't asked to do just to say that we got something done. Now, if I had asked her to find an insurance policy for me, that would be different. But that conversation was never had. Right? And so when you're working with your clients and your customers, you don't just take liberties to do things on their behalf that they're unknowledgeable about or that they don't have any knowledge of. You don't do that. That's not good business. Exactly, Ashley, the risk is not worth it. So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two, very simple. Always operate in integrity. Like, your name, your character, the reputation of yourself, of your business, like it matters, right? You want to always make sure that you're operating in integrity at all times. This was so just out of sorts. And I mean, the only thing I can think of, yes, Shauna, oh, the fraud. The only thing I can think of is that she was getting a kickback from this company. That's the only thing I can think of as to why she did this without my knowledge, is that she had some sort of arrangement and agreement with this insurance company that however many policies they get because of her, that she gets a kickback. That's the only thing I can think of. And that is that's not integrity, because in this situation, I was her client, right? So you're working on behalf of me, not on behalf of that insurance company. So always, 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 no matter what you are doing, make sure that you are operating in excellence and operating in a spirit of integrity. Because I do know that this particular loan processor did get fired or let go from the company about a month later, because of course I complained to all the management in the company, because this is not how you work. This is not what you do when you don't get what you need from someone, especially when you don't get what you need because you never asked for it, right? So there's that. And then the third thing is, don't do anything illegal. Like, it's not worth it. Like I said, I don't know for sure that this was illegal, but I strongly suspect that it was. And it's not worth it. For what? She may have gotten $500. For what? You know, she lost her job over it, because what also came to light was that she had done this to other people as well. So I wasn't the only person that she did this to. She did this with other people as well. And so she lost her job. And for what? If her kickback was $500, was it worth it? You know, I don't know. But regardless of what it wasn't worth doing something illegal. Like, that's not a good look, because that's going to follow her for her career now, right? It's not a good look. So those are the lessons. The 3 lessons I will recap for you. Ask your clients for what you need so that you can get done what they hired you to do. And if you don't get it, ask again. And if you still don't get it, then inform them that whatever you're working on is going to be on hold until you get what you need from them. Period. That's how you handle that. Number 2, always operate in integrity and with excellence, because there's a lot of shady business going on out here. There's a lot of scammers going on out here. And like my friend Felicia says all the time, the scammers ain't scared. They out here loud and bold and strong and in your comments and DMs all the time, every day, 7-11, 50-11 times a day, right? But you have to differentiate yourself by operating in a spirit of integrity, right? You don't want to be grouped in with those kinds of people, right? And then number 3, don't do anything illegal. Like, if you're operating in the spirit of integrity, then, you know, that kind of takes care of not doing anything illegal. But always be on the up and up. Do good business, because as I stated when I came on, you know, the part of being in business and being able to grow a business that becomes a sustainable business is, a large part of that is your reputation. And your reputation comes from how you treat your clients. And if you are treating your clients poorly, if you are not delivering what it is they hired you for and what it is you agreed to deliver, all of that, people talk. And so you want to make sure that you're protecting the reputation of your company and the reputation of you as an individual as well, by operating in integrity, not doing anything illegal, and making sure that what is being said about you and working with you and working with your company is wonderful and not shady, right? Because this was real raggedy, right? You don't want raggedy reports on your business. You don't want to end up on a raggedy business report. Let me just say that, because I have people tell me all the time, oh, I don't want to end up. Well, if you ain't doing raggedy business, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But I'm fair game, right? I don't care if I know you. If it's raggedy, I'm going to tell you. If I know you, I'm going to tell you it's raggedy in private, but you still may end up on a raggedy business report. People just won't know it's you, but you'll know it's you, and you don't want that, right? So that is the Raggedy Business Report of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me go back and read some of these comments. Janae, you are too sweet. The highlight of your day. Oh, thank you, honey. Tabitha, yes. Yes, Janae, just committing fraud unapologetically. Absolutely. Tabitha, yes, she did try it. Absolutely, she did. Let's see. Yes. The risk isn't worth it. Yes, Shauna, I know you would go on a rampage. Yes. Yeah, people that know me know that know how I handled that situation, because this Candice is fun and energetic, but there's another Candice that don't come out often, but she's there, and you don't want to meet that other Candice because she will get you all the way together, right? I don't play when it comes to business at all. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We will be back next week on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time for another Raggedy Business Report. Go ahead and remember to tell your friends and tag your business besties, your mama them, your coaches them, all of them. Go ahead and tag them and let them know that this is where they need to be Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Central Time. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. And as I always say, remember to treat people well. See y'all next week.